something we call just swapping legs. And it works really, really great with high C stuff. And I think it's a really great freestyle finish. Obviously not a great Greco finish, but it's one that I use a lot in folk style. And every time I shoot a high C or a low single, this is how I finish. So we're in here on this shot, right? And I can even start punched up. I can even be in this position here, or worse yet, this position here. And all I'm going to do is just try to get this person's feet off the mat, right? And there's lots of ways to do it. You see, this is big right now where you just uppercut here. And I think that's a great way to do this. And I'm going to swap. This is why I call it swap legs. So I'm on this leg right now. I'm going to swap to this one. Now, I'm not going to go into him sideways, right? Because if I go sideways, Cyrus can lock really on anything. It works if he's locked here. It works if he's on my ankles too, or if he traps an arm. If I go to like swing Cyrus down this way, he can use my momentum and try to get me through. And you don't want that. And that's the number one mistake I see people make with these swap leg finishes. You want to dive forward, similar to how you run a gut wrench. Everyone in here knows a gut wrench, right? Yeah. You don't run a gut wrench like a log roll. You run him straight over, and then he turns. Same thing with this. So when I get to this position here, I get him up, and I'm reaching for this as I'm coming forward here like this. And I want to make sure I hit the mat first. And now when I'm in this position, a lot of times, if they don't have your foot hooked, you can just step over, right, and score your, you guys are going to score this position. If he's got your foot hooked, for those of you that are over here, there's a lot of different things you can do. Like I can use this foot to kind of pry this off, right? And this is one I really, really like. A lot of times when I pry this off, they'll attack this foot with both hands. And when they do that, sucker, 3 points. And this is one I do a lot, especially in folk style. The other thing you can do, and this is probably the one I do more in freestyle, because this position too is not as good in freestyle, because what happens is if Cyrus starts building up and he's got my foot and he grabs an arm, he can start putting me in some weird spots. But in folk style, it's fantastic. So again, let's get back here. I'll start doing it more right for you guys. You get him up and swap legs, you come forward here like this. And say Cyrus has my foot here, and I can't hit my turf. What you can try to do is pull their foot up and use your elbow to block this other leg here. And I'm just trying to hand turf, right? For those of you, if you can't see, you need a better look. Don't be afraid to wander over. And once I get this lock here, I'm going to reach back and I'm going to grab Cyrus's love handles here like this, right? Nice big love handles. You can tell it's out of season. And what you're doing here is you're just trying to tip this guy on his back. Now, once you get here, people are going to react in a lot of different ways. But what's nice about freestyle is you scored your points. And what you want to do now is start to try to take this into the leg lace and get more points. And that's why I definitely prefer to do that one in freestyle, because you can end the match. It gets tricky. You got to move your hands around, but you have his legs split the way you can get your legs. So again, shoot your high C, boom, coming forward here like this. If he's reaching for, if he's got your near foot, you can always just circle around and get on top of him here. If he's got your far to where you, or Turk, right? You can always just Turk too. But if he's got your Turk foot, you're going to pick this up and try to block with your elbow. Once you got it blocked, you're going to leg Turk. We call this leg Turk. Have you guys seen this before? A lot of our college guys haven't seen this. It's kind of like a normal Turk. I'm just using my hands, right? So he's stuck now. We call it a hand Turk. I'm grabbing the love handles and tipping them, and then you got your points here. I like to free my foot a lot of times, or you can go the whole way if you want. But I kind of like to float on top of them, have a little more control. Play around with all of those. I threw a lot at you. Pick your favorite one. Drill it a couple times. You'll probably have then forgotten the other two. Say, come over and show me the other two, and I'll show them to you. Sound fair? Any questions? This is pretty high-level stuff. But from watching you guys play wrestle and watching you guys do your reverse guts that you learned in the early session, I got faith in you can do this. All right? Questions? Yeah, which one? The hand Turk? The Turk one, hand Turk? Again, this is the big one here. When I swap, I'm coming forward. And I like to put weight on this as I'm wrestling. And I'm picking this foot up. And after I pick this foot up, this elbow that's on the mat, I'm going to try to get it over top of this here. And once you get this elbow over top, he's in big trouble. Now I can just wrestle Get him on his back here. And don't ever let go of this. Keep his legs split as long as you can. This, so he can start bellying down, right? Now I got my legs square on him. Now he's in big trouble. Or you can keep rolling with the same thing too. What's your name? Peyton? Paxton Peyton. Brock and Brody, my twin names. All right, 1, 2.